Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is William Radbourne. You may know me here on YouTube and on Mixcloud for the various shows that I do here. My social media discovery show and the Thursday Rock show. I also do the occasional music special. I hadn't intended to do a special until Easter at the earliest, but circumstances changed. I'll cut straight to the chase. 1 week ago today, my brother Jonathan Radbourne passed away at the age of 64. I'm the youngest of 10 children. We spread out over 20 years from 1950s to when I was born in 1971. That meant that as I was growing up, because I had brothers and sisters who were, some of them quite a few years older than me, they were all a great influence on me. And, I picked things up from them, and in a sense, I kind of idolized them, and they were my heroes as much as anyone else, as a sporting star or a pop star or whatever, as much as they were when I was growing up. Um, my brother John was a big influence on my musical taste. He introduced me to a lot of the bands I'm going to play for you over the next hour or so. If I can just give you a brief story. He used to attend the concerts at the old West Runton Pavilion a few miles away here from where I am here in Cromer, in the late 70s, early 80s until it closed down. I think it was in either 83 or 84. And it was around that time he was really getting into, heavy metal and hard rock. And at that time, I would have been about 8, 9, 10 years old. I was very much listening to things like Adam and the Ants, Gary Newman, that sort of thing. I really didn't have any time for heavy metal. It was just sort of like loud noise to me. But I remember, I forget exactly when it was. It was sometime in the early 80s. It was on a Sunday. And he called me into his bedroom. He knew at the time I didn't really like any of the stuff that he was listening to that he'd discovered going to these gigs in West London. And he sort of like waved me into this bedroom and he said, "Listen to this." And he started playing some of the songs that he was really getting into. And suddenly it was like, I started suddenly seeing light, as it were. These songs sounded great to me, to my young mind, and I really got into them. And it was on that day that he compiled a couple of mixtapes for me, and I went away and played them and all that. And basically, I was hooked ever since. A lot of the music I listened to this day was influenced by him. And I thought, what way can I pay tribute to him? And I thought I'll do one of these YouTube and Mixcloud shows where I play some of the bands that he saw at the West Front Pavilion and some of the bands that he introduced me to. Some of the songs I would often hear coming from his bedroom across the landing. So we're going to start it off with a bit of Motorhead for you. Here's Ace of Spades.
If you like to gamble, I tell you I'm your man. You win some, lose some, it's all the same to me. The pleasure is to play, ain't no difference what you say. I don't shade green, the only card I need is the ace of spades. The ace of spades. like it, baby, I don't wanna live forever. And don't forget the Joker.
Was Motorhead with the Ace of Spades. Now, what I've decided to do with this little thing I'm doing here for you, I'm just going to play, the British bands that he liked and that he probably did see at the Pavilion. I did consider putting a few Americans in there, but I decided to keep it to the Brits. Now, I know this next guy did play the West Runton Pavilion. I think it was in 1978 after he left a certain band. It would have been early in his solo career. But it wasn't really until John played some of his stuff to me that I really got into him. This is Ozzy Osbourne, and I Don't Know. found out for myself. You gotta believe it Ozzy Osbourne from his Blizzard of Oz album, and it was I Don't Know. That was the first track from that particular album. Now, I know he saw this band at West Runton because he bought a few of their records there, and I seem to remember, I can't remember if it was this single or the album was on a white label, which I think it meant that they didn't have a recording contract, and they'd made the records themselves. This would have been the early '80s, long before you can do what I've been doing and just sort of like upload a song to Spotify and all that. Like I said, you may or may not have heard of this band. They're called Export, and this one is called "You've Gotta Rock." That was Export and You've Got to Rock. And I do seem to remember at the time it was also known as You've Got to Rock. Bear in mind this is why I was talking about 40 odd years ago here. Anyway, Export were part of the new wave of British heavy metal. I forget where that term it might have been Sounds magazine. Um, that sort of like that was a label put to sort of like a second wave of heavy metal bands that were coming through in the late '70s and the early '80s after the initial heavy metal wave of the late '60s and early to mid '70s. Included like I said, Export, and also bands like Def Leppard, Iron Maiden, and so on and so forth. Export were one of those bands. I don't think just didn't make it that big. Indeed, you have to really search for them on the streaming services. And there's other acts called Export there as well that their albums get mixed up with. Anyway, I think he saw this band as well. Well, I know he did. I think he got a couple of their white label singles and albums as well. They were Diamond Head. They're still going today. Actually, they were big, big players in the should I call it new wave of British heavy metal scene. Yeah, they were also big influences on the likes of Metallica as well. Um, this is from their album Borrowed Time. It's a single I also had as well. Call Me.
4 o'clock in the morning now, when I can't sleep for love, been waiting for you to call, say you love me enough. Lost my head that unhappy night. Please forgive every word. I see it all much clearer now, and all seems so sad. So say you want me to stay. You're more than all to me. This is no game that I play. But my plane leaves at 10 a.m. We both know I must go. To return I must be told that you know what I know. Call me.
That was Call Me from Diamond Head. I think that was from their first mainstream album, as it were. I mean, they were one of the last big new wave of British heavy metal bands that were signed up to a major label back in the day. Now this next song is one that John put on those mixtapes for me, and I remember I used to take the piss out of him a lot about this. I mean, it's a great song, but there's a bit towards the end where the backing singers, well, backing singers sound like it's sort of like a group of drunken blokes they've picked up from the pub and sort of like they've paired them off with their roadies, as it were. They sort of like drag them into the studio to record that particular piece of vocals. This is Angel Witch with Angel Witch.
Nobody else could see you the same way as myself. Fly high and touch the sky, you're the angel I adore. If only you could feel for me that I feel for you. Why do you ignore me, angel? Why can't I go with you? You're an angel witch. You're an angel witch. You're an angel witch. You're an angel witch. The more love I feel for you, the more you fade away. Why can't you come and love me? Do I have to stay this way? I'm gonna go insane if nothing happens soon. I look out at the night to see her shut up by the moon. You're an angel witch. You're an angel witch. You're an angel witch. You're an angel witch. Walk through the forest, I can feel that you're there. Why do you run away? I've never hurt you. I've never hurt you. That'd be the last thing that I do. You're an angel witch. 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 You're an angel witch.
Do you see what I meant about that last bit there? Well, it sounds like they got a group of roadies and drunken blokes from the nearest pub to record that bit. That was Angel Witch and Angel Witch. Now, there was probably dozens of bands that I could have included here. Like I said, I just sort of like kept it to British acts, and I know a lot of these he did see at the West Runton Pavilion. I mean, back in the day, that was one of the big touring spots for bands here in my part of the world, along with the Links Pavilion, just over the way from where I am at the moment, here in Cromer. Um, like I said, there was loads of bands I wanted to include here. But I haven't included like Vine Maiden, for instance, but I have included something that Bruce Dickinson sang on because before he joined Maiden, he was the lead singer under the name of Bruce with Samson. Here they are with Riding with the Angel. there we go with Bruce Dickinson on lead vocals there for Paul Samson's eponymous band. Now, I think when I think back to the time that John got me into this sort of music, you know, heavy metal was a lot easier to basically understand because there was just heavy metal. There wasn't all this sort of like offshoots or like stuff like thrash metal, progressive metal. I mean, what the hell is mathcore? That's mathcore, M-A-T-H-C-O-R-E, mathcore metal. I don't think I've ever heard any of that. Anyway, there was a time as well back then where the heavy metal and hard rock bands would try their hands at a few cover versions from the 50s and the early 60s, and that was the case with this next band, this the premier all-girl heavy metal band. This is Girlschool and Race the Devil.
You better run from the devil's gun.
I understand those girls are still going to this day. That was Girlschool and Race with the Devil. Now, this next band, I remember back in the day, he had a sweatshirt of one of their one of the covers of one of their albums, and he gave it to me as I was growing up. And if I remember rightly, I was riding my bicycle around one day, and it was a very hot day, so I took the sweatshirt off, put it in the luggage thing above the back seat, when one of the spring things, and I carried on my way. And I remember a short time later, I looked back and it was gone. have no idea where it ended up. I've actually uh, a, looked for that particular sweatshirt online, but I haven't been able to find it. This is another one of those 50s throwbacks. This is the Tygers of Tang. Love Potion number 9.
I took my troubles down a Madam Ruth. You know that gypsy with the gold cat tooth. She's got a star, a 34 line, selling little bottles of love potion number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been that way since 1976. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. Said what you need now, boy, is love potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine and looked like Indian ink. I held my nose, closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything in sight. But when I kissed the couch down the dirty bottle line, it broke my little bottle of love potion number 9. Yeah. Get my hands on it. Yeah, I gotta get love potion, love potion, love potion number 9.
The Tigers of Tang there with Love Potion number 9. Now, this next song, it was on one of those tapes he did for me, and it's yet another of those 50s, 60s throwback songs. It was recorded by Ian Gillan's eponymous band. The band Gillan was probably his greatest success outside of Deep Purple. This is New Orleans.
Hey, hey, yeah. I said, hey, hey, yeah. Well, come on, everybody, take a trip with me. Right now, sitting down in New Orleans. Hey, I get the hottest of the women and the hottest of the men. Oh, get up and get her all the way.
Gillan there with New Orleans from their Future Shock album. Now, this next song I'm going to play for you, I know he absolutely loved this song. He loved this band. After seeing them, I think he saw them at West Runton. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. In fact, I like this song so much, but I remember in fourth year at Cromer Junior School, the teacher we had at the time, I can't remember her name. She was asking us who our favourite groups were, and I said this group. This is Magnum and their classic song "Sacred Hour."
dreams that fell through and had tasted so sour will take second place in my mind for this one sacred hour. Still, I've been moved for so long by the strange fascination here as I stand all alone in complete concentration. Whoa! Shine with orange splendor, rise up and roll. They approve, will they always remember? I hear the voice of the crowd, it will last forever. Locked in my heart, can't away like a stolen treasure. I can hear them calling, hear the crowd applauding. If it's real, I like the feeling. If I'm wrong, who am I deceiving? Night after night, it repeats an exciting romance. Shed by a song, though we met by a fleeting half-chance. Caught, trapped in time, no escape from this powerful dream. Please, though I am to be here, I am lost in the real world. I can hear them calling, hear the crowd applauding. If it's real, I like the feeling.
was Magnum there from their brilliant album Chase the Dragon and Sacred Arrow. Now, I will say that a lot of the bands that you've heard so far were partially responsible for John's hearing loss. That's what happens when you stand next to massive speakers at the West Runton Pavilion week in and week out. Now, we're going to move along to some acts that I they probably I don't think they played the West Runton Pavilion. And this next one, you might think is a bit of a weird mashup of things. It's from the Young and Moody band. They were then Whitesnake guitarist Mickey Moody and Bob Young, who was co-writer to a lot of the big Status Quo songs back in the day. This song also features Lemmy on bass, Cozy Powell on drums, and on backing vocals, a couple of the Nolan sisters. Yeah, that did seem a bit of a strange thing back then, but it made for this great song, and it's another one of those that he put on those tapes for me. This is Don't Do That. The Young and Moody band there with Don't Do That, and a veritable who's who of the rock and pop business backing them up there. Now, this next song is from an album he put onto tape for me. And on the other side was Live in the Heart of the City by Whitesnake. It was a C90 tape. This album has gone on to be one of my favourite albums of all time. It's from Line Up by Graham Bonnet. This is Night Games.
See the man in the busy street, he's almost incomplete. He takes his pleasure in strange ways. And the lady in the library, she's just like you and me.
No, it was that solo album and the Rainbow album that he recorded, Down to Earth, that made me a big fan of Graham Bonnet. Of course, John helped me a big fan of Graham Bonnet as well. And it also just occurred to me that's the second song in a row I've played for you that features Cozy Powell on drums and Mickey Moody on guitar. Those guys certainly got around back in the day, and Cozy Powell gets around a lot in the next song because it's one of his solo songs. And I remember when John played it for me, the very young me was very confused. It was like, how can a drummer have a solo career? Anyway, here's from his album Tilt. It's Cozy Powell with Sooner or Later.
Guess you know what's going on round here. Independence needs a pioneer. Too soon, and now you're featured in your own cartoon. Just another Judy in disguise. Cover up your jealousy with lies. You play your 1980s holiday. Still you see ahead of me geometry that stands the test of time. Could it be you haven't heard a word I've said against your life of crime? Not mine. Sooner or later, you're gonna get yours yet. Sooner or later, little darling, you lost your bet. Still you see ahead of me geometry that stands the test of time. Could it be you haven't heard a word I've said against your life of crime? Not mine. Sooner or later, you're gonna get yours yet. Sooner or later, little darling, you lost your bet. 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 Little darling, you lost your
From Cozy Powell's solo career and from his album Tilt, that was Sooner or Later. Now, I've chosen this next track because well, basically he's from Whitesnake, and Whitesnake were his favourite band at the time. And I do remember he was very disappointed that Whitesnake never played the West Runton Pavilion, and he used to tell me the venue probably wasn't big enough for them, and the stage probably wasn't big enough for them. This is from their album Come and Get It. This is Don't Break My Heart Again. time before David Coverdale discovered hairspray and helped put a big hole in the ozone layer. That was White Snake and Don't Break My Heart Again. Now I've got one more track I'm going to play for you. But I'm going to do my end statement thing here before I play that song for you. I'm not going to pretend that things were great between me and me and John over the past few years. Um, but despite all that went on between us, I still loved him. He's my big brother, and I loved him like I love all my family. And I would have done anything for him. Like I said before, he was a big influence on my life, especially music wise. And it's not an understatement to say that without him, I probably wouldn't listen to a lot of the stuff that I do today, and I wouldn't be playing a lot of the stuff that I do on my YouTube and Mixcloud shows. The past week or so, I have hurt like hell. I have mourned him, and I have shed quite a few tears, and I do wish things could have been a lot better between us in the past couple of years or so. But sadly, that it wasn't meant to be. But I do take some, I don't know if you can call it happiness, joy in the fact that he isn't suffering anymore, and that he's back with his, wherever he is, he's back with his wife Natalie, who passed away in 2010, and he's back with mum and dad, who both passed away many years ago now. Like I said, he's family. I love him dearly. I will miss him for the rest of my days, and I want to say thank you, John, for everything that you did for me, for the support you gave me over the years during my own tough times. And like I said, I will miss you for the rest of my life. Like I said, I've got one more song I'm going to play for you. It's from a band that they did play the West Runton Pavilion, but before he started going there, and it was actually the band that he named his cat after. This was a single that he gave to me that he'd bought, but then he got the picture disc and he gave me this copy. This is Black Sabbath from the Ronnie Dio era. Turn Up the Night.